Getting sick for me is a little more complicated, and we have to take more precautions and have extra protocols. Now that we know about my immunodeficiency and like all this other stuff, it's easier to handle when I catch a common cold and whatnot.
Oh, you got freezing cold here.
Good Friday morning, everyone. So we buy this dog a lovely dog bed because, you know, she likes to sleep on our pillows when they fall off the bed. So we figured we'd treat her, and this is what she does. She makes a point to lay in the small space between the bed and her dog bed. Right, Harlow? You don't look very comfortable. You're like wedged underneath the bed a little bit even. You sure do make me laugh. Well, Harlow is just being cute as per usual, but in some more unfortunate news this morning, I am starting to get sick. Judd is sick right now with a head cold. He usually never gets sick, but like everyone, occasionally he does. And I mean, it sucks when anyone gets sick, whether you're chronically ill or not, but he's pretty good at just carrying on like normal when he's sick. I, on the other hand, have an immunodeficiency called panhypogammaglobulinemia, meaning that my body doesn't produce antibodies very well at all. And antibodies are what your immune system uses to slow down bad invading germs and to mark those germs as invaders so your immune system knows what to attack. So without those, I'm very susceptible to becoming sick, and when I become sick, it gets pretty severe. Before we knew about my immunodeficiency, I was getting sick a lot. Colds that would always turn into bronchitis or pneumonia, infections, they would last weeks to months, high doses of antibiotics to kick it, and it was pretty miserable. Then we found out about my immune system problems at the beginning of this year, and now we can take precautions for it. I'm keeping my home impeccably clean. I am using my mask out in public, and I avoid anyone I know that is sick, and all of those precautions have helped. I'm not becoming ill as often as I used to. But when somebody I'm living with becomes sick, I can't really avoid them, you know, like my husband. We do have precautions we take when he becomes sick, like no physical contact, no kissing, no sharing food or drinks, and he does sleep in the guest room when he becomes ill, but right now my mom is staying with us, so it's not an option. But if I'm living with somebody and they're sick, it's inevitable. I'm gonna get sick too. So this morning I woke up feeling clammy, I have a sore throat, my fevers are higher than usual, and that's how Judd started. So I call my doctor right away when I start feeling symptoms of sickness, and we treat each case individually because there is the risk of overuse of antibiotics, but this time he just prescribed me antibiotics right away because I have IVIG at the end of next week, and at least in my case, if I'm battling a sickness, I'm not supposed to do IVIG because IVIG impacts your immune system, and if mine's already revved up trying to fight something off, it's not good to introduce the IVIG at that time. So we don't want to have to postpone IVIG because I'm sick. We already had to postpone it once due to the hurricane. We don't want to do it again. So we're hoping the antibiotics will give me what I need to become well before IVIG comes around. And of course, we just don't want this to turn into bronchitis or pneumonia, which is very typical for me. So this is our plan for this specific instance of being sick. Being sick on top of being chronically ill, it just weighs me down even more, but everyone has to deal with sickness. I am not excluded from that, so I'm just gonna do my best. Started my infusion for the day. It's also my first day on half and half of my old feeding tube formula and the new Kate Farms formula, so interested to see how today goes. I am going to make Harlow's yogurt pops for her raw diet, and tomorrow I will be prepping all of the meat for her raw diet, so you're gonna be back on your raw diet soon, Har. What do you think? You gonna be happy about that? I think so. I think so, Pup Pup. Ta-da! Harlow, your yogurt pops are done. And yes, we have an extra piece of apple for you. All right, back. Harlow, back. Harlow, spin. Girl, Harlow, namaste. All right, stand. You're gonna catch it. Yeah, good girl. I also need to make her veggie pops, but we use the red ice cube tray for all of Harlow's popsicles, so I need to wait for those to be done first. But I also need the blender. However, that is on the shelf on top of the fridge, which is too high up for me to safely get it myself, so I'll probably do the veggie pops sometime this weekend. So I can feel my sore throat getting worse, and something my mom used to have me do as a kid for a sore throat was salt gargles. I don't know if anyone else has done this, but you take warm water and mix some salt in there, and then you like gargle it and spit it out, and it helps with the symptoms like the soreness. It's not going to fix why I have a sore throat, but it makes you feel a little better, so I'm going to do that now. Salt gargles, check. I just don't recommend doing that if you're super nauseous, but they helped me a little bit right now, which is good. So now I'm just going to take a bit of a break right here on the couch. Well, I have taken a nap today, and my new nebulizer is here. The motor on my other nebulizer is about to die. It's taking a really long time for my medication to deliver, and it's really weak. I've had it for years and years and years, so it is time to replace it, I guess. This one is a different color. It's smaller, lighter. The technician said this one will even probably be quieter. Came with a face mask. I usually use mouthpieces, but my doctor said a face mask would actually probably be better for me. So I'm going to try it and see if I notice a difference. Anyways, I am not going to make a trip up and down the stairs. I'm not feeling well enough to do that myself today. So when Judd gets home, I'll show y'all the comparison and we will try this for the first time tonight.
What you making, babe?
I'm going to make us some baked chicken, mac and cheese, and asparagus. You want to tell everyone how you got me sick?
Just by being your husband?
Yeah. I guess we can kiss again now that it doesn't matter. We tried. We always try when you get sick.
Did you come down with the sickness?
I did come down with the sickness. What is that?
It's from a song.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Well, we always try to not get me sick when Judd's sick, but it always happens. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, he picked up my antibiotics from the pharmacy, so we'll be starting those tonight.
I'm gonna go play with Hippo. Go! Smells good.
It's gonna taste good. We got baked chicken, baked asparagus, and mac and cheese. I think I may have put too much on my plate, but I'm sure you'll eat it, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. This is actually one of Judd's favorite chickens. I just leave it sitting in a dry rub that I got from Walmart for a while, and then bake it. It's like a super easy dinner. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, we have a very purple sunset tonight, and it's beautiful. I am not sure the camera is doing it any justice, but wanted to share with y'all. It's so nice outside. So I got the nebulizers out. This is my old nebulizer. Like I said, I've had it for years and years, and eventually they just die out. So this one is heavier, and this one's lighter. You just plug it into the wall, use electricity. These are the medications I use. This one is Chronically. It's a mast cell stabilizer to help with my mast cell activation disorder. Just squirt it in here. And then this one is Duoneb. It's a bronchodilator to expand my airways to help with my asthma. And I do these twice a day, morning and night. I can actually wake up in the morning and do this if Judd's sleeping. He doesn't wake up anymore. You're used to the sound, babe. Sometimes he'll groan, but he doesn't wake up. If I get sick and I have respiratory distress more than usual, I'll actually increase the treatments to 3 to 4 times a day. So getting sick for me is a little more complicated, and we have to take more precautions and have extra protocols. But now that we know about my immunodeficiency and like all this other stuff, it's easier to handle when I catch a common cold and whatnot. So just turn it on. Medicine is coming out. Carla.
She looks like that thing out of Star Wars that has like the hand mic for a mouth.
It's just a... I hope we are all in the frame. I did a pretty great job of keeping everyone in the frame with this camera, and a lot of y'all said that the quality was pretty good. I personally noticed some deficits with this camera compared to the G7X, especially in low light, but for a backup camera, this one's pretty great, so not complaining too much. I am excited to get the G7X back though, and Judd is sick, I am sick, Harlow is not. She's enjoying the fan and snuggling, but we are ready to go to bed. So with that, we'll say goodnight, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.